Curtis writes from Vancouver, British Columbia. What's your alternative plan if the interception of the relief well fails? How much longer could Americans expect this unprecedented disaster to be prolonged?
So we've got relief wells that have come down now. We've got 2 of them that are being drilled. We had a major success just 2 days ago. One of the most difficult things is coming down with the relief well and locating the first well. We've now come down and done some electromagnetic ranging. We're now running parallel only 20 feet away from the well. We need to drill down about 600 more feet, put casing in there, make it very solid, and then we'll be able to enter the other well, the original well bore. If we have a problem with that, we have a second one coming down. These drilling of relief wells, there's nothing guaranteed, but it is technology that we know how to do and have done before and is more common in the world. If those don't work, we're now working with the government on another series of options to be able to direct and divert flow from the well. And they're not far enough along to describe them, and it's really up for working with the government to think about what the options are. But there are at least 2 other options to divert the flow.
The oil that you're collecting, how come you have to burn some of it instead of loading it onto ships and taking it somewhere? At least if it's not going into the Gulf, it can be oil somewhere.
So I don't know if you've seen the photographs of the site itself, but there's about 5, 6 major vessels out there. There's skimming vessels moving around in it, and the supply boats. We've got simply a problem of not being able to put a very, very large vessel in there in the middle of that city of activity. So we've got a series of vessels in there that can take the crude. We lighter it off, which means we bring in smaller ships and pump it and then shuttle it away. But there's simply a space limitation, and one of those vessels has a big flare on it. We always burn the gas as well, so you have heat problems, and so it's a space limitation over this well. It's quite extraordinary, the amount of equipment and men out there, and we're constantly watching and maneuvering this so that there's more than 1,500 men out there on the vessels working, make sure they remain safe.
But space limitations, again, back to those assurances to the federal government to be allowed to drill there in the first place. If you're having space limitation problems with the amount that you're pulling up from the bottom now, how are you ever going to collect 4 times as much oil in the event of a major discharge?
Well, the original spill was the assumption of a major event discharge that spread out, and then we responded. What no one anticipated was the need for 2 relief wells, 3 large vessels to contain and capture flow rates. It is something that simply no one envisions. And you know, if you talk to people in the industry, it is a remarkable response and logistics and engineering effort to bring that all together in that space. No one anticipated that. There's no plan in the world that would have anticipated that. And we've had to put together systems that normally take a year or 2 to engineer in really a month.
NL sent us from California this note. What do you think of the attached video? How does it compare to your current efforts to suppress the oil spill?
Bill on a very large table.
Sir, I think we were underestimating just how much coffee was spilled.
Yeah, that's a lot of coffee.
Well, we better hurry up because it's almost reached my laptop.
Calm down, calm down. Boom.
It's also going to destroy all the fish.
Oh boy. Okay. Boom. Look at that.
My God, it's encroaching on my map of Louisiana.
That's been viewed 8.5 million times. I don't know if you've seen it already. I suspect you have.
Well, I haven't seen it, but people with BP talk about it. Everyone, you know, makes their shoulders go down because they feel terrible about what's happened. It's an unusual way to talk about what is a very painful thing for people. And I think it's deeply affected people at BP. They not only this, but just what's happened on the beaches themselves. It's a company where people get up in the morning and for years have thought they were and feel that they are working for a company. Then they go to work every day thinking they're doing good. They want to bring energy to people. They want to do it in a safe way, a clean way. The company puts a lot of emphasis on solar and wind projects. It's a very proud company of people. So what's happened here is shaken people. They're quieter, they're very thoughtful, but they really are part of the fabric of America, and they just feel bad. And I think videos like that, the expressions of pain and outrage of what's happened are everywhere, and that's a lighter way that people have put it, but it's the same message. This is just not good.